All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this moment in space and time, and thanks for being here at this little YouTube channel. What we're doing here is we take the legend and the folklore of the day, and we pull some tarot cards to get a benevolent channeled energy in to help through the day. So that's what we're going into, and today we are going into Friday, March 15th, and I want to talk a little more about the Ides of March. You may say, well, what is Ides of March? Why do I always hear about Ides of March, and what is it? So Ides, Ides, as it were, was a unit of time that they had way back in the Roman times, Julius Caesar days, of marking the moon's passing. And so like the Ides were like the middle of the month, so like right around like the 13th through the 16th kind of thing was they would call the Ides. And the Ides of March had a particular importance to them because the tax man cometh, right? It was time to give Caesar Caesar's due. It was time to pony up the dough. So those kinds of things. So you may be wanting to clear up last minute banking transactions. You may find busy bank lines today. You may see all of that, and as well as sort of the tax thing if it's aluminum. Let's get that responsibility taken care of. But more back to the legend. So these two guys, there's probably more than two of them, but the two mainly, forget their names off the top of my head, but they were planning to, they assassinated Julius Caesar on this day way back in like, what it was like 204 BC, or like a long time ago. We're talking like 2200 years ago, that all this went down. And so these ding dongs back then, like we established, like they couldn't really tell time. They didn't know the moon phases kept falling out of sync with Easter, and they didn't really know what was going on. Like they didn't really even start marking the time until March. Like January, February was just known as like a dead time. They didn't really even mark it. All right. So, anyways, around this same time, Mark Antony, who they had also planned to assassinate, but like kind of last minute audible game decision, decided to let him live. He left back to Egypt with Cleopatra, and they actually, the legend is that they both ended their lives there. After the assassination attempt, and after they fled Rome and got away from this stuff that was going on with the coup, or the government, the empire takeover, right, which happened. And later we all know like Augustus Caesar, which Julius Caesar is why we have July, Julius, and then Augustus Caesar is why we have the name of August as we roll through this Gregorian calendar. So Augustus Caesar eventually came into power, and all of the history surrounding the latest ascended master happened in all of that time. So that said, Mark Antony, Cleopatra, they got away. And oddly enough, on this very same day, back in 1964, and I don't believe it's coincidence, I really don't believe it's odd. It's more, and it's not even really synchronistic, right? It's like almost like premeditated. Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor got married for the first time, because she was married like 8 times, I think, to him like 2 or 3 times. But aside from that, they were married for the first time, and they hooked up filming the movie Cleopatra, in which Richard Burton played Mark Antony and Elizabeth Taylor played Cleopatra, right? So it's like, wow, maybe nothing in this world happens without being like pre-planned. You wonder what kind of planning went into that. If it could have been just a truly synchronistic thing, or if it was just like that most random odd coincidence. But we gotta know better. We gotta know that it wasn't. All right, so legend came first today is a little bit like the Ides of March, right? It's funny how it overlaps into our consciousness in society today, where it's always like, we have to know what's before us. We have to like take care of our responsibilities and get through it, and it goes all the way back to that time. Interestingly enough, they said that the day Julius Caesar, like on this day when he was on his way to the Senate to sit down, where he was actually like stabbed like maliciously like over 20 times, he had a seer with him. He had like a clairvoyant or a medium or a psychic that warned Julius Caesar. He was like, don't go, like he's like, don't worry, you prophesied that somebody would have killed me by the Ides of March. And the seer responded to him. He said, the Ides of March have come, but they've not yet gone, right? Because this is like the Ides were like 2 or 3 days, right? And it's got that feeling to it. You know, it's Ember Days. It's a time for prayer and fasting, and it's also a time where the solar winds are rolling high through there. All right, we got a fool jumping out of me. He's like, "You're a fool." Cut the chit chat down to a minimum, and let's get into some tarot. Okay, let's see what we got for us today. We'll continue to pull these 5D cards because they're so fun. All right, March 15th, please, tarot. Give us some energy for today. Wow, certainly will. There's a big 3 up here on the board, and it is this time is a good time for manifesting. You probably see it over the next couple days. You probably see it, especially I feel strongly tomorrow, and this card is letting me know that tomorrow is the appreciation. The appreciation is what is to come. If you bring that into your awareness and focus, it gives you inspiration for the day, and it provides a more clear channel for things to manifest or things to happen. This could be a lucky day for many. This could be a situation where luck plays a role into your life, and it could be a situation here where you are beginning to maybe see the emergence of some new flora and fauna in your day or in your area, which is very good energy to have around you. And the weather patterns may be changing, and you could be really in tune with Gaia, with Mother Earth this day. And yeah, there could be as well a day for gifting, the little memento, the little gift, or maybe the big gift. You know, the Empress is there with the gifts. All right, let's get a supporting card up for this Empress as well. Let's see what we can do to get that rolling. The Ides of March are rolling high. All right, supported by the King of Wands. Wow, so big news could be coming in from older fire signs. You got Sagittarius or Leo hanging about you. You may find them in a particularly peculiar or authoritative, if it's an Aries even too, energy, right? They could be firing on cylinders, but don't worry. This is harmonious energy. This is when the Empress was supported by the King of Wands. It's like cleansing something out, like burning something out of your way, right? And I say burning because it's like it's a clearing, right? It's not more than just like a wake of destruction. This is like more of a clearing, and you could be finding yourselves moving through your daily conversations, your daily routines with a little bit more passion, a little bit more purpose driven in the little things, in the small things, okay? And I think that's the wisdom that this guy imparts on us. And yeah, so that said, let's get out of your way because we're going to pull the 5D message card again. And please, as always, if you ever want to reach out to me, let me know, talk to me, leave some comments, or find me on Facebook, that kind of stuff, right? I'm kind of around, I'm kind of into it. I disappeared for a long time. Had to get into another point in space and time, but I'm glad we're all back here again. And I just want to get a feeling for what we can get in the 5D, all right? Just kind of open it. Sometimes I have to take a little bit of silent time for this. All right. I get really chitty chatty. All right. And sorry for the volume. I'm going to get a mic here pretty quick too. All right. So let's look. We have got a 4 of fire up here. And that's a good energy to have. This is the energy of celebrating what you know is yours. This is about feeling good in your security, in your home, and in your sanctuary. This is about having the loved ones, people you care about under one roof. And if you're in a place where you're not there, it might be time to reach out, okay? But this message says, yeah, it's fiery, passionate energy today. This is be yourself in all situations and attend to your true nature and your authentic self in all things today, because it is wanting to be a more rooted, a more grounded energy, almost like feel the earth beneath your feet and the security and the surety with which you move, and with which your spirit carries onward. If you're going through a tough time, this is grounding. Get grounded. Get in that place where you are experiencing the human being that is you, that sense of self outside of the ego. Take aim on that, right? Shoot for that. And this has a very benevolent energy today associated with that card. So, thank you, 4 of fire. We on fire. We're feeling on fire, feeling some warmth. You know, those solar winds, and in the northern hemisphere, springtime coming, the vernal equinox, time to warm up and shed those heavy coats for a while. All right, we'll see you all tomorrow.